Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Super excited to have you here with another video and another few tips on how I edit my videos. So if you are excited to know how, then please stay with me throughout this video. Yeah, so what are you waiting for? Grab a cup of coffee and let's get started. Okay, so the free software that I'm talking about is iMovie. You would get that with every Apple product, be it Mac or an iPhone, and it is one of the best software that I've ever used to edit my videos. I don't need to kind of check out on any other apps when I have an iMovie which is built for your iPhone and for your pictures and videos. Yeah. I've been using iPhone for over 7 years now, but realized the true potential of iMovie software in the recent past. So I would like to share quick tips and tricks as to how it is super helpful, and if you like, you can make use of the same. Yeah. So the first thing you need to do is launch the iMovie app. Click on it. The first thing you might see in your screen if you are new to this software is the plus symbol. However, since I'm using this software from couple of years, you would see few of the projects that I have already created so far. So when you click on the plus symbol, you would get these two options. The first one is movie and the second one is trailer. Let me get into the movie now to describe how you can select the videos from your iPhone. Select on the movie and it would take you to your media. I have videos put up in one section, so let me select 4 of the videos out of the 5. I will tell you why so that I can explain how to add more videos into it. Okay, so for now I will add 1, 2, 3 and the 4th one. Okay. In the bottom of the screen, if you see, you would see an option of create movie. Click on that and this is how your interface looks like. Okay, so if I have to move last video to first, then I can click on it and drag it to either the first video or second or to any position that I would want it to be in. Okay, so that's how you can do that. Let me get into the functionalities of what all different options do you have in iMovie. Click on one of the clip. You see below there are several options that are popping up. In terms of the scissor, you would see we can split it, detach it, duplicate and delete. In terms of the speed icon, you can increase the speed or you can decrease the speed of the video. In terms of the sound, you can decrease the sound and include an audio clip. These are for text and these are for filters. I will come to all of these in a while, so please stay with me until the end of this video. Okay, so imagine I like this clip and I want it to start from this angle because the clarity of the video is much better when I get into this angle over to the initial view, right? So what I can do is have the timeline line to the place where you want the video to begin and click on this until you see that yellow box and use the split button. You see this, it has split right where you had your timeline. So imagine I wanted to start the video from that, then I can rearrange it accordingly. Okay, now from the second clip, I would want to keep this section of the clip, but I don't want the section where it's kind of transitioning it into the different sections, right? Like I can still edit that. So let me get into this angle until it's clear. Let me split it first. Click on the clip that you want. Let me split it so that I want to start from this, and in this section I want to delete few things. So this one is good, but I don't want the place where things are getting blurred. So let me click onto it, split again and delete this section. So if you have to delete, click on the clip that you want to, go to the Caesar section, which means that you can edit the clips, and click on delete. You see now it's been deleted. Right, so you can play around with this tool, and imagine now you see the difference from the first clip to the second clip. It's been transitioned very beautifully, but from second to third it's just moving on to the next clip, right? So in order to add the transitions between one clip to another, you see the icon like I, click on it and you would get different options to include the transitions, whether it is something like a star, dissolving it, or sliding it, or fading it on, right? So imagine I want it to dissolve because that looks prettier in terms of the gardening videos. So once you are done, click on the clip again, right? So now if you see, the videos are getting transitioned in a much better way, right? So you see the difference. Cool. Okay, so now moving on to the third clip. I like it until this point, but I don't want the later on things getting transitioned, or might be I would want it to show only the place where the flowers are prominent enough, right? So how can I do that? First, let me split this clip into two to the place where I want it to be visible. Okay, let me split it over here. Okay, and from the second section, let me click on the clip and drag it over to the place where you want the clip to begin from. Okay, so I want the clip to begin from here. So if you see and try to play it around, you see the clips are transitioning it in a much better way. Let me include the transition between two clips as well as dissolve, so that it looks in a much better way. Yeah, enough. So imagine I have forgot to add on one more clip, or if I have to add on few more clips. All that you can do is click on the plus sign, and you see the different options that you can play around with. Now I have to add one more clip, which is this one, the third one. Let me add that to our clips over here. Click on the plus sign, and you would see I have one more between the two clips which I already had, right? Yeah, I think I like the way how things are transitioning in this entire video. Imagine I want to add background music to this. So click on the plus sign and go back to the albums, go back, and you would see different options over here, right? So imagine if I have to add an audio, you can go to the soundtrack. You would see few of the built-in audio clips that you already have in your iPhone. Okay, so imagine I want to add illuminations. Click on that and select the plus button. Okay, yeah, there you go. So now since I have added an audio to the clips, let me get into the speed section where I can increase the speed of these clips as well, right? So here I would see it's kind of bit slow, or might be if I want it to be very slow and prominent enough, click on that, and if you select the second option, you see this tortoise and rabbit. Tortoise means you are making sure that you are prolonging the clip into very slow manner, and if you are speeding up, it would be super speed. Okay, so imagine I want it to be, let me get into this and divide the clip by 2, and once it's here, split it, and I want this section of the video to be very slow because I have zoomed it up. right? So let me do that as well. Split. Okay, so now this section I want it to speed it up, so I would get into the second section, speed up, and this section a bit slower, and the third one completely slow because I am zooming it out, right? So if you play it, you would see that how it's kind of going very slow, right? So depending upon what you want to show up in your clip, you can make sure to edit it accordingly. This seems to be super slow, so let me reduce the speed, I mean increase the speed, and let me play that again. Now it's kind of better. Okay, imagine instead of this clip, I would want to add few pictures which I had taken long back, so that it looks in a much better way, right? So all that you can do is click on the plus sign and go to the section where you have saved all your pictures, and you would see I have 3 pictures. So let me add one picture. I will show you this one. In case if you click on plus sign, you would see it would be added as a picture. So now what if I want a picture on a picture, just to make sure, just to show how pretty that would be, right? So let me click on this section and click on the plus again, and imagine if I want to click this, you see those 3 dots, click on that and you get these different options. So what do you mean by these is, picture in a picture is you would get a small thumbnail of a picture within the outline of a picture, right? So same as with the split screen, and green or blue screen is for the one with the green or blue background. Okay, so let me add it as a picture in picture. You see that? How does that look? So in case if you have to reposition it, click on the added one. You see those 4 arrows, click on that and you should be able to reposition it. And even if you want to resize it, you can drag and pinch and you can resize it completely. So imagine if I have to do until this section. Let me drag it to a different position. Because it's not going well with this, so let me do a different thing. Let me delete this. In case if you have to delete it, click on the section and delete it off, and let me add it as a split picture instead of picture on a picture. Now select the picture, click on the 3 dots, do a split screen, right? So what this would do is, you would have both the pictures side by side. So now it looks much better than the initial one, right? Imagine if I want to add text in the beginning of the clip, then all that I can do is select on it and select the T button. If you see, there are different variety or the options that you would get in case if you want to add your text, right? So I like this one, the pop-up, and once you select the one which you want, either you can keep the text on the center or lower it so that it looks in a much better way. And if you have to edit the text, click on the text again, you would see a pop-up, and I want to rename it as flowers from balcony garden. Flowers from balcony garden, yeah, and click on done. You would have your text in the right clip, right? How easy is that, right? If you play it, you would see that. Okay, so now that you have your entire video up and almost ready, imagine if you want to give your voiceover to the existing any of the clips. How can you do that? If you click on the plus symbol again, go back to the photos, go back, you see the option of voiceover, click on that, you would see the bar kind of moving as and when I am speaking over, right? So imagine if you want to record anything, something like I love this anthurium plant, then all that you need to do is click on the record button to the place where you want to give your voice over, select that, and it would start in 3 2 1, and then yes. So this is the plant which I really like. Anthurium is my favorite plant. So I'm just talking randomly over here just to show you how the recording works. So once you are done, you can click on stop, right? So now it kind of gives you different options whether you want to review it. If you want to review it, click on review. It would play the recording that you just did, the voiceover. If you don't like it, you can make sure to do a retake of the voiceover in the same fashion, or if you like it, you can accept the recording. So in case if I accept it, it would be in the same section where I have recorded it over, right? So imagine if I want to edit that recording as well, I can still click and drag it over just to make sure that it is in the right place and at the right time, right? So okay, so imagine when you shot these clips, there was a lot of background noise and you just want the music or the audio clip that you have added to be heard by your audience, right? So how can you remove the actual audio from your clips? So click on each of the clips. If you go to the volume button, you can reduce the volume from all of the clips until you are towards the end of the clip, and make sure to include the audio only from the one from the music that you have included on, right? So that's how you can remove the actual audio from the clips and make sure only the real only the added music would be heard by your audience, right? So now that you have your entire clip done along with the different editing things that you have done, I can click on the done option, right? So it would ask me to name the video. I would want to name my video as the same, flowers from my garden, flowers from my garden, and click on done. So once you do this, do you see the three options below your screen? If you play the first button, you can replay it and see how your clips have turned out. So let me do that for you. Yes, can you listen to the music and also the video clip that you have taken? How well it's kind of gelling well together to make sure that it looks super professional and good enough, right? Yeah, you can even fast forward it and see how it's kind of looking into, or in case if you to see if you really like the video or if you need any changes. If you need any changes, you can just click on it and click on done, and get into the edit section once again and edit to the place where you wanted to really edit on, right? If you are done, click on done again, and then the last option is to export the video, right? Select on the export button. It would ask you for save video or export project. Both are the same. I would do save video, and it would ask you an option of the resolution. I would select HD 1080p so that the clarity of the video remains the same. Yeah, so it would take some time to export your movie. Please don't interfere in between, because if not, the video would not be exported, Okay, so I hope you like this video where I have spoken about every functionality and every options that you can do and play around with the iMovie app. I would strongly encourage you to utilize this iMovie app to your best whenever you have to create any or edit any videos, and not to rely on any other free softwares, because the quality and resolution which you get from those free softwares is very low compared to the ones which you get out of iMovie, because iMovie is a Apple based software, right? I've done this mistake myself in my initial days of my blogging journey. So that's how I created this video, so that you don't create the same mistake and still create a professional kind of video from your iPhone. If you haven't seen what kind of video settings that you need to create in terms of your settings app, I've done a video which I've linked here, or I've also updated in the description box below. Please make sure to check that, so that you have the right kind of settings in the right kind of Apple iPhone that you have, and click an amazing shot. Yeah, thank you so much for your time, and until next time, see you soon.